This is the ducks' first day out. They are happy. They've been in and out of that pond all day long. The bigger one they haven't touched yet because the little one's just right. I put the food in their house. They have not gone in there yet. Sharing a coop with the chickens for the time being because we're redoing the chicken area. Hi, chickens. New coop area. And I have my greenhouse back. Clean up, tidy up, add some plants. I think I'm going to move my table to the back. Tonight's the first night that it was warm enough to put the tropicals out. It's going to get down to 50, which is warm enough for tomatoes. So my tomatoes are out. Garden Extras is filling up. So I really did need that extra space. The greenhouse was so packed for the last couple of weeks with big tomatoes and big plants that I couldn't even move in here. I had a spot in the middle with watering cans where I could get to it and kind of turn around in circles to water things, but I've cleaned it out. I have a lot of work to do still, but it's a start. Better look at the tomatoes. They're big. I already have tomatoes. I started in February and March inside, and then to the greenhouse. All along the fence. I don't have them all out yet, but I have enough out that I can start sorting and organizing and see how many I need for my own garden and how many I can pass on to somebody else. Greenhouse 2, we went shopping. We have the things we need. My poor kiwi. I was outside too soon and it just looks terrible. Ugh. But this greenhouse, at least I can move around in here. Be planting the annuals soon. My winter garden's just about in bloom. I love onion flowers. I found my primrose today, creeping out from underneath the new fence line. This one I was pretty sure would find its way out. One of the flowers that got buried in the new garden. Turned out to be a lot more work than I anticipated. I got the first row in, and I got the shade tarp up, and the table moved. I just move a bunch of stuff out. The sage was really big. Chives, they were really big. They're parts of my old garden. I have a nice spot in the back now with lots more room to work. I had to cut the chives into 3 pieces to get them out of the ground. So I have 2 in Garden Extras and 1 in here. Good piece. Sage is the nicest sage I've ever seen in my life. It is due to compost. That is a compost pile. It's going everywhere. I need some pansies, and last time I looked they were doing really well, so I'm going to take the jugs apart. So this is the best luck I've ever had with pansies, so I will continue to use the milk jugs and winter sow pansies. This one dried up, user error. This one is soggy wet. That's a little lupine. I'm going to find a special spot for that. That's really soggy. This one's really soggy. Foxglove. One of my favorites, and I don't have any in my garden until now. This broccoli also was sown in a milk jug in the winter, and it turned out real nice. I have to cover it when it's small. Critters, mice that eat them. A quick run through of garden extras. I posted tomatoes, so that's what we're aiming for here. When they come to buy tomatoes, the other stuff's for sale, so in a minute there'll be holes here, it won't be full. There's the tomatoes. Those are extra. I'm a gardener first, and I just sell the extra things that I come up with when I'm gardening. Back here I still have stuff cooking for later. These things aren't for sale. I should probably move some of them. I mean, some of them are for sale, some of them aren't. My little trays are still mine. And my garden is not finished, so I am carefully posting things for sale. Pretty close though, getting there. There's the little lupine from the winter sowing jugs, foxglove. And I'm not sure if that's a foxglove or something else. I think it's a foxglove. So these, I'm going to separate these one more time. They've been in the ground for about a week and they're doing really well. So it wouldn't hurt to pull them out and separate them. The gardens are looking like gardens. Get the annuals planted. And I'll show you where some of the pansies went. So I have pansies on both ends of this lettuce pot. Also have nasturtiums in there. So these are going to seed. I mean, I'm still eating off this pot, but I'm still also working on it. So these big ones that are seeding will be what they are for now, and I have lettuce around that I will keep replanting this pot till I get it just right and all the flowers are blooming. We also changed this duck fence. We decided to keep this pond for ourselves and not the ducks. We have put fish in there, plants, grown-up pond. I like the fence a lot better. It's not so wonky. We're going to take out all the grass and put in ground cover. That's going to take a while. I've not found a place to move my strawberries to, so they're just going to have to stay here. Things are in bloom. This is the area I was working on today. I have shrubs in here, and they were just buried in wild dandelions. Or the kind of dandelions that are good for pain, kind of a sedative. So I do grow them here on purpose, but I don't like them in the front in my shrubs. I like them in the back, mixed in with the flowers. Almost done with this pile of dirt, and we're going to put wood chips there. We have a place close by where DTE dumps their shredded tree bark. Started this area. The table goes where the dirt is, but for now it's here. this year's new garden. Kind of connect this spot and that spot. And this spot turned out really nice. I put a couple of the pansies in here too. This is last year's pansy, and I put a couple more in there. They look different than the ones you buy at the store.